Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 363 of the Retrotainment Podcast. With me tonight will be my co-host, Zach. Zach, why don't you tell the people about yourself?
I'm 5'13", and I like taking long walks on the beach. Fully oiled. Ready for action.
With other men.
I mean, of course. There is no other gender.
Oh man, welcome back to the podcast. If you pay attention to this channel at all, which no one does, you would notice that there have been episodes going up pretty regularly for the past few days, and that will continue until I think Monday. I think Monday's the last day. So, yeah, finally got all that shit out thanks to Zach helping blend the master files and get them uploaded. And
Am I doing this? I'm assuming I'm doing this one too, since your computer's still pooping.
Yeah, like I was running it while I was waiting for you, and like I use a triple monitor setup, and one of my monitors keep flickering out, and I checked the connection's fine. I think the video card's starting to go, which is fine. I bought the video card used when I got it, so we kind of expected that. At least it's not artifacting. Knock on wood.
It doesn't take very long to do one of these. Honestly, the longest, other than like the rendering, which, the rendering is going to take its own time. But honestly, the most challenging part is finding a good screenshot. So
I really like the one. Have you looked at any of the uploads on the channel at all?
I've noticed that you just use the screenshot backgrounds that I've been using as the thumbnail.
The one for the Punisher is just hilarious to me.
I was just like, let me just get oiled up Dolph Lundgren.
It's just like a sweaty, coked up Dolph Lundgren playing the Punisher. But anyway, so we are back. We haven't recorded. It's almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks.
It's been a while.
And since then,
life's been busy. It's been heavy. It's been a lot that went down. Today we will be talking about E3, obviously a lot. That was the big thing that went down. Those video games, we'll be talking about Gerald's Game, which was the movie that we watched.
Which I suggest what we did.
We'll hear what Zach's...
I suggest we do that before the E3 thing, kind of like we did with the Endgame, since E3 is going to be a big combo.
I'd rather save it for the end, just because I like the movie reveal to kind of be the surprise at the end of the podcast.
Fair enough. It's your show.
But we'll be talking about other shit too. I have surprises for Zach that he's unaware of. I'm pretty excited. Anyway, how you been, man?
I've been good. I've been still on like an anime kick, but been playing. I'm getting back into some JRPGs, which is really tough to do when you're an adult. It turns out, like turn-based 100-hour JRPGs. That's a hard genre to get back into when you haven't really played one seriously since your 20s.
Yeah,
and working full time.
I definitely get that.
But I've been chipping away at Xenogears. Did you ever play that one on the PS1? I did not. That's such a cool game. I mean, like, rough looking now, but it's like a mecha kind of JRPG.
I know what it is.
Have you ever seen the battle system? Because I think that's the standout part of it.
No, I vaguely remember Baker talking about it, but it's not one that I've ever played.
The battle system is a combo-based one, like a little bit of fighting game thrown in there. Like, you have a strong, medium, and light attack, and you can do however many of those, and each one have their own values per, turn. So it's kind of cool. So you could do, 3 light attacks or 2 mediums or whatever. You can mix it up, and the more you do these combo attacks, you'll unlock special combos. So I've unlocked a light heavy that I'll do, and he just does this cool fighting game-esque combo where he does
that sounds like Legend of Legaia. Did you ever play that game?
Legend of Legaia. I remember the name, but no, I never played it.
I'll talk about that in a minute, but finish what you're saying about Xeno.
Basically it. I mean, it just has this fighting game-esque combo system in a turn-based RPG,
so
and it's just really, really
that's
cool.
exactly what Legend of Legaia was like. I love that game to death. Baker and I have talked about this game a few times. It is a gem of a PS1 game if you can find it. I don't know if it exists digitally.
I don't know.
It has some of the hardest boss fights I've ever come
Really?
across in a video game.
Chrono Cross also
But
does like a combo system like that, but it's like
the battle
weird.
system...
It's different.
Yeah, the battle system for Legaia was really cool. Like, your combos weren't level locked. You had to discover them by hitting the right button combos.
Yeah, Xenogears is kind of like that. You just have to, like, doing the same one by repetition, you'll eventually unlock it if you keep doing that same combo.
Yep. Well, this one, as soon as you did the combo, you got it.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you would unlock different moves you could do that would unlock to different combos. So, yeah, if you're on a JRPG kick and you can find Legend of Legaia, like I said, I don't know if it's available digitally. Definitely give that one a go. I used to have a physical copy of it years ago, but I don't know. But back to Xenogears?
Yeah, Xenogears.
Was that the one? Yeah, I was always confused by the Xeno titling, because there's like Xenogears, Xenosaga,
that's the first one,
and then
Xenoblade
Xenoblade
1 through 3. And I don't know if what's the one on the Switch? Xenoblade. I don't know if that has anything to do with Xenogears and Xenosaga. I know like those are
so linked. Xenogears does tie into Xenosaga.
As far as I know, it does. Yeah, I think it's part of the same.
Okay.
Same thing.
I just remember Xenosaga, one of them came out around when I was working at GameStop, where it was really popular. I remember the subtitling for it was Zerwille der Macht. It was like weird German name or whatever.
I used to have them physically, but I had to like, sell them because...
I remember that game just being described as it was like a caption scene simulator. Like you would just capture scene, like you would just watch a cutscene simulator, my bad. Like it was just a lot of video. In the game.
That makes sense because Xenogears,
never played any of them.
Like Xenogears is a little bit like that. You'll like, for instance, I think I played a good like 2 hours, or the last 2 hours I played of it. I think I maybe actually played the game about 20 minutes. Otherwise, it's a shit ton of dialogue and like the story just happening without much input from you.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, I don't dislike that, but I'm like, man, I sure do want to go fucking kung fu some turtles out on the desert and level up or something,
Yeah, that's that seemed to have been the trend in that, like, I would say almost late 90s, early to mid 2000s kind of JRPG. Mm-hmm. It's like, we're going to give you a great story. We hope you enjoy like 40 minutes of gameplay because that's what you're going to get. But anyway, I haven't been playing anything in particular. I've been playing Fortnite to keep up with the battle pass. That's been surprisingly fun, like whenever I can. The internet here has been getting progressively worse, to the point where yesterday we said fuck it and we have Fios coming out Wednesday. So Verizon's going to come out and install Fios. Cool. And I'm pretty excited for that. So
meanwhile, our internet is held together by sticks, twigs, and dreams.
So the funny thing is, so my living situation right now is Mari and I live in her mom's house, right? We basically have the top floor of a house minus one of the rooms. It's fine. It's more space than I've had in the past few years, which is fine by me. Mm-hmm. And we've slowly been trying to like clean up those 2 rooms, get them in working order. We finally got our main bedroom like pretty much the way we want it. And we've been dealing with this shitty internet here because there are, if everyone is in the house, it's like 7 people running off of the internet at once. Mm-hmm. And like the internet's just not handling it. So for months I've been asking Mari, like, can we please call Verizon? Can we please call Verizon? I can't take this shit anymore. And then lately it's been getting to the point where like because I can't even get the PlayStation to like load up properly. Oh, that's a shame. So finally the other day, like we called up and she was like, if the deposit's going to be a lot, we're not going to be able to do it because, man, there's a ton of stuff I got to catch you up on, which we will talk about. But she was like, if the deposit's going to be a lot, we're not going to do it and all this other stuff. So we called Verizon and they're like, yeah, you don't have to give us a deposit for anything. We can come out next Wednesday. And we were both like, fuck yes. So they're going to come out and install that shit directly into the room. I am hardlining the PC and the PlayStation. Man,
that's the way to go. Like, main PC, always hardline that shit.
So hardline, I should be getting 980 up, 880 down.
Damn.
So I'm pretty excited. Combo that with the PC I'm building, it's going to be fun fucking times.
I've got to get cracking on building a new PC because mine's starting.
Dude, you picked a good fucking time to do it.
Starting to get a little fucky.
A great time to do it. I will tell you why you picked a good time to do it after I tell you about all the shit that's going down.
Okay.
So guess what, Zach? We got to buy a new refrigerator. Welcome to being an adult.
I've been there.
This shit sucks.
I've been there. When I lived in that like little apartment by myself, the old ass refrigerator that was up there for however long went out. So we found so we lugged that down the stairs and lugged one that we found on Craigslist. It was quote damn good beer cooler. So, you know, we bought from some southern man out of his garage. That lasted for a good 2 months, and then that went down, like died out. Drug the old one back, and keep in mind, up and down these rickety ass wooden stairs, because I lived above a garage in like a little converted apartment. Lugged the old one up there after they like put some fucking whatever Freon. Whatever refrigerators use. I'm not a refrigerator technician. And that one lasts another month, and then I was just like, fuck it. Let's just go fucking Sears scratch and dent store. I'm just gonna buy a refrigerator. I don't care. I'm buying a new one. This is bullshit. I hate doing like this shit where we're just gonna keep buying second and third hand things because it's cheaper, and we'll just keep buying that over and over. I'm like, just fucking buy a brand new one. And it'll last years, and you don't have to keep buying. Ugh, it's a peeve I have. Going on, new refrigerator.
No, I get it. So the one that's in this house now has been here for almost 20 years.
Oh, they'll last a long time.
It has lived its life, and I don't blame it. With all the fucking people in this house and the way they do shit, like I get it. So it started to choke up, and Mari and I were like, look, we were planning on buying a new refrigerator come like November anyway. That was the plan. We were like, we need it to last until at least then, because we have so much other shit to deal with. And of course it happens right before the Otakon hotel deposits due. So like we're trying to figure this out, but
wait, I thought we're
probably going to go to the Sears outlet store.
Yes, dude,
enough.
Dude, if you have a Sears scratched and dent store, that is the shit. Get to it with a little dent or
we live within proximity. Like we live within delivery range of 3 of them.
Yeah, like that's where I got my refrigerators. Like I think there's a scuff on the side, and it's like, okay, like 100 or however much off, like sold.
Yeah, the funny thing is the one we're looking at is the one we got at the library during the renovation in our office. So strangely convenient. But
I thought Otakon paid for your hotel since you're always like doing the volunteer thing.
Nope, it's not the way it works. So here's the way it works. If you stay in a room with other staff members, it's completely comped. They cover your part of the hotel, but you're expected to be in that room with 3 other staff members. So what happens is because I don't like sharing a room with people I don't fucking know, for the Otakon hotel, Baker and I count as staff, so that covers half of the cost right there for the hotel. The other 2 slots are taken up by Junin and Mari. We have to pay for them. So altogether, for 4 days at the best hotel in downtown DC, which is directly connected to the convention, we pay about $500. So it's not that bad. Mari gets to have fun. It's really easy on us, and we don't fucking have to share a room with 2 staffers we don't know. I cannot stress to you how fucking awkward that is. Because if you get staff members that are partiers, you're going to be up all fucking night. You don't trust your shit around them. It's much nicer to come back to a hotel room that you have total control over. So
I wouldn't mind doing Oda again. Like
that's actually something I was going to discuss with you. That can lead into a good conversation point here. Right. So Zach has come to Otakon. Zach has come to Otakon once.
Yeah.
This was, I want to say 5, maybe 6 years ago.
It was a while ago. It was like the last year that it was in its old location in that old convention center.
No,
last
that's
year,
not
the year,
it. Because
or
Baker
the year
and I didn't.
That.
Yeah, Baker and I didn't work there the last year it was there.
Then I guess it was.
We've worked in DC for this will be our 3rd year, I want to say.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while since Zach's been to Otakon, but he's been thinking about coming back up. So the convenient part for this, if you did come back up to Otakon, is since we've already have access to the hotel room, instead of having to pay for the whole hotel, you'd only cover a fourth, if that. Like, if Junin comes, it'd be like a fifth. So, also, that would be a great segue for me to be like, hey, Baker, kick this shit in. Because, dude, even Mari's starting to get angry. When Mari gets angry about something, you know something's gone bad.
That Spanish flair.
But yeah, like, Otakon will be pretty fun. You were talking about possibly coming up for MagFest in 2020.
That is, MagFest is something, like, I definitely want to do that. Like, if it's a choice between Oda and Mag, I'm probably going to do Mag. So
I agree with you completely. So clearly we're going to try and get the hotel room again like we did with the Gaylord. Now, here's one of two surprises I've been holding off. Actually, I guess three if you want to get technical.
Gasp.
3 surprises I've been holding off on for this podcast. 2 of them... Actually, I'm sorry, 1 of them involves MagFest. So, Zach came up for MagFest last year. You know, I felt bad that we had brought Baker up here for Otakon for like fucking 5-6 years at this point. And I think at the time you were doing were you doing the coffee shop thing then?
What, during like end of last year? And beginning of this year?
Beginning of this year.
Yeah, I worked there. I was technically employed there through February.
So Zach was going through a rough time. You know, Mari and I felt bad. We had wanted to hang out with him. We really wanted to hang out with him and Misty, but that's like fucking finding a unicorn, getting those two together for something. Difficult. So we wanted to bring Zach up for MagFest, and we did, and it was a fucking blast. We had a ton of fun. You know, we got to meet Super Eye Patch Wolf, and, you know, it was a good time. It's probably my favorite con experience I've had in a long time.
And it worked out because you guys paid for my plane, and then there was a big fucking delay, and almost all of it was con.
Oh yeah, we got $100 credit back on that shit, and we used it when we went to San Diego.
because my flight got delayed, but there was one happening like an hour or an hour or 3 like sooner, going to the exact same destination. I'm just like, and they're just like, okay, well, here you go. Here's your voucher because another flight was delayed or whatever. And I'm just like, I was not inconvenienced at all. In fact, I got to do this earlier. Yes, I will take this $100 or whatever and just send it to Josh.
Yeah, so great. Zach originally was going to have to go to Miami and then back to Alabama.
Yeah.
And like something happened with the fucking planes, and all I know is I got a text from him like 6 hours after we dropped him off or something saying like, here's a voucher they gave me for fucking Southwest. And I'm like, well, that worked out better than I thought. Yeah. So, anyway, getting back to MagFest. We are still looking to do MagFest this year. So here's the surprise. We definitely want you to come back up, but I have been planning another group cosplay.
Okay.
Last year we did Skullface Bookseller Honda-san, which went over very well for being a costume that we threw together in like less than a day.
I'm a big fan of simple cosplays that are comfortable. Like, let me tell you.
The next one is going to be the complete opposite of this. So,
good.
All right. Did you see what the theme for next year's MagFest is?
Donkey Kong, right?
It is Donkey Kong. Yeah. Okay. Did I tell you what my cosplay idea is for the group?
You did not.
So, what we're going to do for MagFest 2020, Zach, is we are going to go as Bongo Kong. I have started drafting up the idea with Mari for 3 Bongo Cats, each themed after a Donkey Kong character. And you are going to be Diddy.
All right, that's good. I've started kind of maining him in Smash. That works great.
We're going to make you the hat. And here's the thing, right? So, you and Mari are going to have essentially onesies that are white to look like Bongo Cat. And we're going to paint them to kind of like have fur. So they look like, you know, Diddy Kong. And she's going to be Dixie.
Oh, thank God, this is going to be in winter.
Dixie. One of them. I don't know, but you'll be indoors. You'll be fine. Dude, it's nothing compared to what we're doing for my outfit. So, I've been waiting to tell you about this. we're gonna paint it so it's like Bongo Cat. You know, we're gonna find like the Donkey Kong Jungle Beat bongos.
And we're gonna rig them some like Donkey Kongas.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We need to be able to destroy them, and we don't want to destroy
I don't want to destroy my only pair. Dude, Dude, when that game flopped, you used to be able to find those things for like $5.
I know. I looked on GameStop's website, and they don't sell them anymore because I need 3 pairs of them, and they're like $20 on Amazon. Anyway, so we're going to rig it so you're walking around with it. We are going to make a head unit that looks like a bongo Diddy and a bongo Candy. But for mine, and this is where shit's going to get nuts, we've started talking with Jay and Diane, who are the 2 cosplay people on my Facebook, about creating a giant like, you know what Bongo Cat looks like, right?
Yeah, it's just like the white cat and he's peeking over the thing.
Yeah, the cat head.
Yeah.
So imagine that head, but brown fur Donkey Kong with a giant red tie around it. And we're going to make it so that drapes over a framework that's going to go into a shoulder mount that I wear, and we're going to have white bunting around the bottom mounted on a table to look like Bongo Cat, and inside we're going to have Bluetooth speakers that play the Donkey Kong rap. So you 2 are going to be the spotters for me because I'm not going to be able to see out of this thing, but it is going to be Bongo Kong, and I'm very excited for this.
I'm just peeking around to eBay. It looks like you can, you can squeak by like $10 to $20 for us.
I'm going to go to some flea markets around here and see what I can dig up if they're just laying around, because what I'm going to do realistically is cut the cabling off of them and just make a shoulder harness so like you can wear them around. But anyway, that's the MagFest thing. I'm very excited for this. We're probably also going to do Skullface Bookseller Honda-san again, just because why the fuck not? It was easy. So yeah, MagFest. Super excited for that. The second surprise, and this isn't really as much a surprise as it is me wanting to congratulate someone and nobody else really knowing about this. Caleb got engaged, and he's recording tonight and telling everyone on his podcast, so I figured I would fucking just say it here. I don't think he's going to listen.
But what is the name of the podcast,
congratulations to Caleb.
Josh?
It's Rafe Hates Caleb.
Rafe Hates Caleb. So
Yeah.
go
Their podcast
check.
has been going on for a long, long fucking time.
The
so
3 of you who listen to this, go to that one. Close this one out right
yeah,
now.
congratulations to Caleb. You know,
Congrats
I
to
don't
him.
think anyone really saw this coming, because he always kind of seemed like, you know, the playboy. But I'm very happy for him. Very excited.
He was the one you lived with. I crashed at that one.
Yeah, the one I lived with in Southern Maryland.
Yeah.
Realistically,
He's a nice dude.
if it wasn't for him letting me live with him, I wouldn't have met Mari. So,
Well, there you go.
good on that. And the third surprise, Zach, is on our next episode, we're going to have a third person.
Gasp! I think you actually already told me about this, but I mean,
Yeah,
I do not know who you are talking about.
Mari's brother will be joining us while we're recording.
Old John.
We'll give him a chance to flex his new computer and get in here and do some recording with us, so it should be fun.
Yeah, John is a good boy.
So he's going to watch the movie you recommend.
He's got some Claudio hair.
So we can talk about it. He also recommended a movie that we watch. Now, this is going to be weird because we're going to do 2 movies, but yours is going to be the one we stick with for the movie DNA Concept.
Right.
But he recommended a movie on YouTube called Robot vs. Vampire. And I have not watched this, but it looks absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Sounds legit.
Which are the best kind of movies. So, fun stuff. We have a lot of stuff to discuss in the next one, but let's get back to what we were talking about with this one, which now is going to be E3.
E3. Oh, before
And
we jump
video
into
games
that,
aplenty.
Before we jump into that,
Yeah,
by the
go
way,
on.
remember how you told me about Gato Roboto?
Yeah.
I ended up just buying it like I think the next day, and I've played through it. The game is really fun. It's like
I bought it too, and it keeps crashing on me.
really. I had no issues with it. Switch.
It is buggy as fuck on my system. Like, it just does not want to work.
Like, you got it
I
on
need to
the-
finish Katana Zero.
Did you get it on the Switch?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know you got Katana Zero, or maybe you told me and I don't remember. I didn't have.
I did. I bought it. It was on sale, and I played through. I just got past when you kill the DJ guy.
Oh yeah, that's a cool mission.
So,
But yeah,
Yeah.
Gato Roboto. I didn't get
Very
a
fun
single issue out of that game. That is weird.
Dude, it's so fucking buggy. Oh my god.
Got 0 bugs. That is bizarre. So
Anyway,
E3.
E3, Zach. You said you were going to make a list of games.
I found a wiki with a list of games.
That works.
Yep.
I mean, we really don't need an exact list. We can just talk about
I'm probably just going to hit like the high notes.
I kept up with most of E3. The one thing I would like to mention first of all is it's both funny and sad. It's kind of a callback to some of our original episodes. The Anthem subreddit post E3 was a graveyard. Like, they announced nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I heard like a few weeks ago that the new Anthem roadmap for the future of that game is that there is no roadmap. That like...
I felt very bad. But anyway, let's not dwell on Anthem any more than we already have.
Let's not dwell on
go ahead, Zach. Throw a title out there.
Okay. I meant to watch the trailer for this, but I kept forgetting what the name is. The Outer Worlds.
Oh yeah. The supposed Borderlands killer.
Is that what it's supposed to be? Like I was friggin' in the bathroom taking a crap and watching E3 trailers today, as you do. And I kept like, what the fuck is that game? The Outer Limits? No, that's not it. This isn't the...
if I remember correctly, Outer Worlds is the brainchild of some of the original people from like Black Isle and Fallout, I think. Obsidian.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
New Vegas? Of New Vegas fame?
I think it's them. I'm blanking a little bit because Outer Worlds, I only ever saw like the teaser thing they put out a few months ago, and I was like, that looks really cool. And I know it's coming out relatively soon, but I haven't really kept up on that much of it. It looks interesting. I'll probably play it when it comes out. I know it's supposed to be like sci-fi, RPG, planet exploration stuff, which I'm always for. So,
let's see.
You should save the one that I'm obviously most involved for, or most waiting for, probably until the end, because we could probably talk about that for a bit.
I'm honestly just going by the.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll
throw
one up that looked interesting,
like publishers and what games. I was just going through like that, but.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw one up that looked interesting to me because I wasn't really expecting anything from it. Watchdog Legion. Did you watch the trailer for that?
No, because I was like I got super bored of the first Watch Dogs like really fast, and I just tapped out and never looked back.
I played through the first Watch Dogs. It wasn't great. The main character, I think his name was Aiden something. He was boring as fuck. I could not get into him as a character, but I enjoyed the world that they created. That was pretty fun. I never played 2. And I might go back and play 2 just because of how much fun Legion looks like.
I heard...
So...
Oh, wait. Legion is the one... I did see some of that. This is one where you can, like, be however many, like, different NPCs, and, like, they have permadeath.
Like, every NPC in the game has, like, a... I won't say stats, but sort of like a stat block, almost.
And they were, like, playing as grandma and shit, right? That's the game?
Yeah, so there was like an old lady who was like a former MI6 agent, and like, she was an assassin, and I'm like, that seems really cool.
Very
that
gingerly
seems like
climbing over that fence, never leaving both feet off the ground, just very it's really that looks cool. That's something
you should definitely go watch the I mean, it's obvious it's a staged gameplay thing, but it was really neat. They start off with this like sort of London bald head kind of hooligan looking guy, like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like he's supposed to be a brawler, but he's trying to... Did you see that ludicrous display last night? What was Wagner thinking, letting him walk it in like that? So they start off with this like bald kind of brawler looking guy, and he's talking to an AI over the phone, and the AI is like, we need to recruit someone that's good at like hacking drones, because like the drone network around the city is like oppressing people or whatever. So the whole idea is you have to find a hacker, right? So you're walking around, and like when you look at people, you can kind of see what their specialties are. And when he looks at one woman, it's like, she used to be like a bare knuckle brawler. He points it at someone else, and it's like they're a good driver. And then he finally finds someone that was like arrested for hacking. So he goes up, and the guy who got arrested for hacking that they're trying to recruit like punches a police guard or something, and the bald guy goes to defend him and actually winds up dying. And the really cool thing is like when he dies, it goes to a list of operatives you have, and then you pick one of them, and then it shows you transitioning to them, and your character's like, what happened to like the bald guy or whatever, and the guy's like, he just died, you need to go find this other person. So like as your agents die, it kind of affects your roster of people that you have and your effectiveness.
Yeah,
and you know me, I like open world games.
Sure do.
But even I'm getting it's getting a little stale with some of them.
Yeah.
And this seems like an interesting way to kind of keep things a little fresher. So I'm pretty excited for Legion.
All right. Next big thing for Microsoft was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Looks like a Star Wars.
I don't think that's just Microsoft. I think that's EA.
Okay. Well, I guess it was a part of Microsoft's press conference.
I think they showed that off at multiple ones. Microsoft showed a lot of trailers. To give Microsoft credit where it's due, they're the last hardware company that really goes to E3 and shows off a lot of trailers.
Yeah,
Sony's I miss when Sony would do that.
So Sony's like, we are going to do totally not Nintendo Direct. Yeah, they took their ball and go play on their own.
So Fallen Order is actually being developed by Respawn, the Titanfall people.
Yeah, and it looks fun. You know, it looks like a fun action game. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look like anything special, but
it looks generic as fuck.
It just it's like
here's my problem, right? This is a super nitpicky thing. If you're gonna cut someone with a fucking lightsaber, show them being dismembered.
Yeah, that's always been a super big complaint with
honestly, the guy you're playing as doesn't feel powerful when you're watching this. Like the slowdown mechanic was cool, where you slow down the blaster shot and then he moves the guy in front of it. That's cool, but honestly, did you ever play Force Unleashed?
I played a little bit of it, yeah.
Those games are super fun, and you felt like you had power in those games with what you were doing. And I'm probably going to pick it up just because I'm a Star Wars nut and I want to see where it goes. But it doesn't, you're right, it doesn't feel like anything special to me right now.
It'll be a game, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
Did you see the trailer for Forza Horizon Lego or whatever, the Lego expansion?
I didn't see it. I didn't even know they showed it.
Dude, it looks so fucking cool. So go watch the video for this. It's Forza Horizon, but everything's Lego now.
Man, I think
apparently it's really good. It came out right after the conference.
I think I'm 3 or 4 Horizons behind because I haven't played my Xbox in a year.
I haven't owned an Xbox since I got my PlayStation,
that's right,
and I probably won't buy another one until the Scarlet comes out.
The next big boy on the docket that Microsoft showed anyway was Cyberpunk. I know you wanted to talk about this one. And it has Keanu.
This might be my most anticipated game of the past 10 years. Okay. This and the 7 remake are two things I've waited so long for. Cyberpunk longer than the 7 remake. I watched that original trailer for Cyberpunk when it came out in 2013. And I had no idea what the fuck the game was about. All I know is that it was CD Projekt Red, and the video was really pretty, and you got trickles here and there of stuff coming out for it, and then finally the trailer dropped last year, and then we get all the gameplay that's been showing up for it, and I'm so fucking excited for Cyberpunk 2077.
I'm excited for Keanu Reeves.
Dude, you're breathtaking. Did you see the breathtaking thing that went on with that?
Is it?
Oh my god!
Did
you not see what happened?
I've seen snippets of the fucking conference. It's been a busy week. 2 weeks.
So at the Cyberpunk reveal,
I know he looks very happy to be there, even though this is not the world that I generally inhabit as a entertainer.
So Keanu came out on stage and was talking about the game, and he was kind of trying to hype it up, and someone from the audience shouted, "You're breathtaking," and then Keanu pointed back and shouted, "You're breathtaking." That kind of became the meme.
Gotcha.
And then CD Projekt Red announced that they're going to give the guy that said "You're breathtaking" one of the collector's editions, and that led to a whole other thing we can talk about another time. But as for the game itself, I really cannot put into words how much hype I have for this game. I can't even think of a game that's come out maybe the past 5 or 6 years that has had me as excited as Cyberpunk 2077.
That trailer looks super cool.
To put this into perspective,
I hope it's more fun than Deus Ex Machina.
My two most anticipated games of probably the next 10 years are Cyberpunk and the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Both of those come out almost within a month of each other next year. And both of those, Mari and I bought the collector's editions for. So within a month, we've got almost $600 worth of collector's editions coming out.
I know there's a lot of like Switch games and shit coming out end of this month, or not a month, I'm sorry, near the end of the year in like September stuff, and like most of them are RPGs on the Switch. But that is the I haven't done any collector's editions. I don't really have the room for them hardly anymore.
I haven't bought one in a long time, and I wasn't really going to do anymore.
And then you saw Cloud on the motorcycle.
Cyberpunk, the funny thing is both collector's editions have a guy on a motorcycle. Like, Cyberpunk, I already knew I was going to support whatever the highest thing they had was, within reason. If it was like fucking one of those weird like $12,000 ones, that wasn't going to happen. But yeah, I did that, so we'll see how that's going to go. I'm a little worried about that one because we had to do it through GameStop, and I've never pre-ordered a collector's edition through their website.
Oh, through their
only ever
website.
Been in store.
That's That's weird.
It's definitely weird. Dude, the Amazon one sold out in 2 minutes.
I'm not surprised.
And then to make this even weirder, the Final Fantasy one you can only get through Square's website.
Wait, really?
So, yep, it's not in store anywhere.
Because it wasn't offered, or because it sold out?
Because it's not offered. The first class edition is only available through Square's website.
I bet GameStop's like, oh, come on.
Guys, come on. Yeah, I already, I wasn't going to buy the first class edition. When they announced it, I was like, I can't justify that. I've got Cyberpunk coming out. And, Mari looked at me and she was just like, we're buying that. And I'm like, okay, you make more money than I do, so that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a glass display box for the cloud thing, and we're going to put that in it with the signed copy of 7 I have next to it.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
Anyway.
Next.
That seems like a good segue to talk about the 7 remake.
Yeah,
we
might as well. We can fucking swim through the other shit here in a minute. I know you're excited.
I'm very excited.
I know you're excited.
I was a little skeptical. Honestly,
I think everyone was scared until this trailer. I've heard that from a bunch of different podcasts, friends, and everything. It sounds like everyone was very and then this trailer came out, and they're just like, "Oh, thank God, it looks cool."
When the first teaser dropped a couple years ago, I screamed like a 12-year-old girl. I lost my shit. I watched that trailer 80 times back to back. I did not believe it.
Was that the
And then they were talking about
that they were using a different animation team and everyone that they had to start over? Am I thinking of or is that was that earlier?
It was it was before they switched gears and restarted everything.
Okay.
But it still used roughly the same animation, so it still kind of looks the same. But I lost my shit with that. And then over time, you started hearing, it's going to be a different battle system. It's going to follow 15s more and all this other stuff. And I was like,
there was a whole lot of, from the Final Fantasy 7 fans.
And then Square was like, we're starting over, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, you sons of bitches. I'm going to fucking kill you all. And we knew they were going to show. I know, right? We were going to
we've been edging for 5 years.
So when we found out that there was going to be stuff shown here for it, and it was going to be mostly Final Fantasy VII, I was really skeptical. And I remember watching it live as they were going through everything. And it's the biggest weight off my chest, with one exception. I'm a little
if you say Tifa's
skeptical.
Titties, I'm fucking leaving.
I don't give a fuck about that. I'm a little skeptical about the fact that all of Midgar is the first disc.
Oh, yeah, the first episode or whatever.
Yeah,
so but for full price game, I bet it's gonna be a lot of game. Like, I bet it.
I'm pretty sure it will be, but I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna piece this game out. Like, if the first disc is gonna be Midgar, they said it was gonna be 3 episodes.
Really,
so if the
I've
first
heard
episode
they said
is
they
Midgar,
wasn't sure how many it was going to be because
when it first got announced, they said it was gonna be 3.
Oh, I think
so.
That's
Unless they've changed it, I'm sticking with 3. So. If the first disc is Midgar, and it ends when you're getting ready to leave, then the second disc is going to, go up to maybe Niflheim and, like, the reactor, and then the third disc is going to be up to Endgame, but...
That's a lot of game. 7 is a big-ass game.
I think
it's
I'm a little reserved about that. That's it.
I bet it's going to be 4 to 5, personally. Just knowing how big the game is, like... secondhand
and the fact that they want to milk the shit out of this.
Yeah, like it's first full game is going to be Midgar. It's maybe a little bit like after
No, they've already confirmed the
first
disc
gonna be
is
just
Midgar.
Okay. But then
and they did confirm the other day that the Honeybee Inn will be in there and there will be cross-dressing. I'm very excited for that.
God. I don't know. Second episode or whatever you want to call it, second disc if you want to call that, probably what if it goes all the way up to, because this is how far I got a little not super far after this, right after the saucer amusement park, the Golden Saucer, is that what it was called?
Gold Saucer.
Gold Saucer?
Yeah.
Like when you go down into the dump and you have to go through that bit where you have to run through the maze desert or whatever, and you fight someone as Barrett. Like, you get you get to find out how he lost his arm. I know I'm telling the super disjointed, but, I'm hoping you know what I'm talking about.
I feel like they're going to have to end it at certain points. Like, they can't just end it, like, in the middle of, like, an encounter in the overworld. So it's going to have to be a story-appropriate time to end that part of the disc.
That's why I thought, like, the Barrett's bit right there would be a good place.
Who knows? The point is, I'm worried about how disjointed it's going to be, especially since I'm assuming once the game's done and they know that it works and the engine works, that we're not going to be waiting 5 and 6 years for the next episodes, because all they're going to have to do is record the dialogue and plug it into whatever they're programming at that point. They'll already have assets and everything. But I'm a little worried about how long it's going to take to get all this. Am I going to be like 60 by the time this shit ends?
Bet. I'm just going to estimate between episodes, minimum 2 years, maximum 4. So I'm thinking
you're looking at 20 years to end this.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sure. I don't even know if I'll make it. And like I mentioned this before, I don't like PS1 Final Fantasy VII at all. I find it agonizing to play. But this game looks cool, and I'm probably going to get it because I think this is going to be the game that actually makes me like Final Fantasy VII. Because it was never the story.
Very excited.
It was just the gameplay. That's really what makes me tap out every time with that game. But like, I'm interested in the story. I think the world is cool. So I think remake is looks really, really good. I watched the trailer a couple times. The battle system looks super awesome. Yeah.
One thing I'm very glad is that the voices sound very good with the characters so far. Like, I'm liking the voice work in the game. And that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I have to say about that. Throw another game out there. What you got?
Psychonauts 2. A lot of people have been looking forward to this. I played Psychonauts 1 a long time ago and played it and beat it.
I played it on the Xbox ages ago.
Yeah, that's what I played it on. I think I still have that.
I think I remember enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a really good game. Tim Schafer, right? Double Fine?
Yeah, I think Double Fine is his studios. I don't know if Double Fine was his studio when he made Psychonauts. I don't remember.
But yeah,
because I know he did Brutal Legend after that. I think
that was on the 360.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. It looks like Psychonauts, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for it for a long time, and I'll probably pick it up. I should probably.
I won't say that like I was waiting for it, but I'm glad it's coming out.
Yeah,
it seems like Tim Schafer puts out quality stuff.
The next thing,
You wanna talk about some Nintendo stuff real quick?
I want to talk about Gears 5 real quick, and then we can jump ship.
We can talk about Gears 5. I don't think I ever played Gears 4.
It was fine. I think I liked it a little bit more than other people, but I really, really like Gears. But, man, Gears of War just feels like the world's moved past Gears. Gears could probably just go away and just stay back in the 360 era as, like, this really, really cool trilogy of games that we all loved and played the hell out
Gears,
of. I am fine if
played
Gears
the ever-living fuck out of Gears 1, 2, and 3.
Loved Gears. I fucking love that world. I've read the books. Gears 4 felt super unnecessary. 5 is probably just going to feel like more of the same. I don't know. I'll probably buy it. Just because
it looks very pretty.
Yeah, it looks pretty. I mean,
do you still have Live?
Dude, I haven't had Live in a long time. My Xbox.
I know they were running some deal where, like, if you had Live, and I think it's still going now, you can pay $1 and get a
Live
game like
Ultimate or
Xbox
whatever?
Game Pass for like a year. And I was tempted to buy a year of Live just to get that, like, to take advantage of it, because it's going to work on PC too, which is pretty cool. I'm all for Microsoft's open approach to this now. Like, they want PC gamers to work with Xbox. They were talking about putting like Gears and the Master Chief Collection on the PlayStation, which is fucking genius.
I mean,
Like-
let's play some Halo 3 some more.
I'll be all over that shit.
In Bethesda, other than Doom Eternal, that's the only thing I really care about. It was
Dude, did
watching
you watch
Todd,
the trailer for Deathloop?
watching Todd Howard kind of be like, we know we messed up, but you trust us, right? Bethesda saved my life. If it weren't for Bethesda, I'd be hooked on crack cocaine. You saw that, right? You saw that little commercial?
I did. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Aside from Doom
But,
Eternal looking like more Doom, which is all I want, that's all I got to say about that.
There were two things announced at that press conference that I'm interested in. One is Wolfenstein Youngblood, because it's Wolfenstein in the fucking 80s, and I'm all for that shit. Also, Wolfenstein Youngblood complete co-op, so if you get that, we need to play it.
Yeah, I'll play through that. I didn't. You
but-
didn't play New Order, did you? Or like the second Wolfenstein, did you?
I played all of them.
Like you played the most recent one?
New Colossus?
New Colossus, thank you.
Yeah, I bought that shit for like $8 on Amazon and plowed through it. That game was tons of fucking
I
fun.
didn't like it as much. I definitely didn't like it as much as New World Order.
I didn't like it as much as the first one, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
The fact that there was an achievement for killing Hitler and shoving his face in vomit was great.
That's true.
But I'm very excited for Youngblood. It's in the 80s, which is my fucking decade, and it's killing Nazis with young fucking Wolfenstein does right. I love that game, so I'm all for that. Dude, you need to watch the trailer for Deathloop. That looks really interesting. Like, that was one of the things Bethesda showed off from the people that made what's the name of that game? Corvo, Where's the Mask? Dishonored. Yeah, it's the new game from them, and I don't know what the full story for it is, but the trailer looks really interesting. It's this guy and this girl waking up on an island in a time loop, and whenever one of them kills the other one, the loop resets.
Huh.
So,
A little bit
definitely
like,
go watch the trailer for Deathloop.
Very Russian Doll, if you ever got around to watching that on Netflix.
I did not, but go watch Deathloop.
Okay.
So,
Watch that after this.
we'll move away from Bethesda because, truthfully, there ain't shit there that I'm
Yeah,
interested in
that
until
was
they
pretty
tell me
much
more
it.
about Elder Scrolls or Starfield.
There's some cool stuff
So-
about Enter the Gungeon and the Messenger on Devolver Digital's thing, which, both of those games are awesome.
I didn't catch Devolvers. I was a little sad I missed that one.
It-
I was kind of hoping we get more Broforce.
It was goofy.
but-
Nah, no Broforce mentioned that I see.
Ubisoft didn't really announce that much that I was interested in,
I mean, more
except
Tom Clancy, if you're into Tom Clancy's Dancing Corpse.
I
Three,
did really like Ghost
4.
Recon Wildlands, but I still want gameplay for the new one. They keep showing CGI shit and not gameplay, and that's all I care about when it comes to those. Did you see Rainbow Six Contagion?
I didn't, but I'm counting how many Tom Clancy games they announced. 5? That's a lot of Tom Clancy.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm
There's
counting.
the new Ghost Recon.
Yeah, Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six. It says Rainbow Six Siege. Why is that listed?
Well, they didn't announce a new Siege. It's
Is there
just
stuff
the new
for it?
season
Oh,
of
okay.
stuff
I'm
for it.
looking
So
at
that's
the
not a new
list.
game.
I guess I'm looking at the list, and this is just like these are all the games they talked about necessarily.
There was Rainbow Six Contagion, I think it was called.
Quarantine?
Quarantine, that's it, yeah. So that looked really cool. I don't know how many players it is. I think they said 3, but it's supposed to be a survival action co-op game within the Rainbow Six universe, where like you're taking on, like, I don't know if they're zombies or something, but it's a whole new thing in the Rainbow Six universe, and I'm a little curious to see where it's going to go. I won't say I'm quite hype train or interested yet, but I'm curious about what they're doing with it. So,
let's see. Yeah, that was about it for Ubi. We already talked about...
Other than them announcing their own fucking streaming service that no one's gonna fucking use.
Fucking them and everybody else. Josh, I'm now announcing my new streaming service.
Yeah,
you should go ahead and announce yours, too, while we're at it.
Welcome to Retro Stream. We are going to be hosting restreams of Netflix.
And it's just us with like a fucking GoPro on a tripod pointed at our computer screen. You can't pick the movies
we will also be willing to listen to all petitions that want to remove Good Omens from Netflix. Did you hear about that shit? The Christians that signed 20,000 of them signed a petition to remove Good Omens from a platform that ain't even hosting it.
Oh, it is
fucking
funny. Did you ever read
idiots?
Did you ever read Good Omens? It was a good book.
I loved Good Omens.
Yeah, it was great, and I'm waiting to watch it because I'll watch anything with David Tennant.
It is a goddamn masterpiece. We're one episode away from finishing it. I am very safe in saying it is the best adaptation I've ever seen of a written work. It is flawless.
Good.
Flawless.
Good. So David Tennant does Crowley great, and does what's his
Zach?
What?
It is
flawless.
Flawless.
Who did they get to play?
You talk about Crowley.
Yeah, not what I say. Crowley.
Michael Sheen.
Right.
Fucking John Hamm is Gabriel, which is one of the best casting decisions ever because Gabriel's a dick. Dude, you need to watch Good Omens. It's so fucking perfect.
I've been waiting to.
Anyway, I can spend a whole episode talking about Good Omens, but we're gonna move on. We'll try and speed up some of the E3 stuff since we've covered most of the big guns. Yeah. Let's talk about some Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm just looking through Square to see if there's anything else that I was really wanted to touch on, but I don't see anything no big boy announcements. Nintendo is the big boy announcements. Okay.
So, how do you feel about Pokemon Sword and Shield and not being able, them severely restricting the Pokedex?
Oh, yeah, because there's fucking billions of them, and they claim that it's too much work or whatever, but fucking whatever. I don't really think I believe that necessarily. I don't really care. Honestly, I've been kind of wanting a big Pokemon reboot to just kind of start back over with 200, 300 Pokemon. That's it. New Pokemon. Just a full series reboot. That won't happen. That's stupid. But this is a nice compromise because they're fucking. Are they 4 digits yet? Are they quadruple digits with Pokemon now?
I think this will put them there.
That's too many. But these are the only specifically the Pokemon you can get from this region. I am fine with that. That makes the game more approachable to new people. It makes it more approachable to people coming back. Like me, I skipped Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and Sun and Moon. I'm good with that. They showed some there's new mechanics and stuff that looks really cool. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence because it's just it's another Pokemon game. And there are other JRPGs coming out around the same time for the Switch that I have never played before. So, I don't know. A little on the fence on it. We'll just see how it turns out.
I didn't quite get their argument about not putting all the Pokemon in there. If you could do it on the 3DS, then you can do it on a fucking Switch cartridge. It's not that hard to work the battle animations out for them. I think the problem is, and I haven't seen anyone else really discuss this, not necessarily fitting them all in the game, but fitting them into the context of the world. Every set of Pokemon generationally have existed in their own land with a couple, a little bit of bleed over here and there.
Right.
And with X and Y and then Sun and Moon and now this, we're going into parts of the quote Pokemon world that aren't necessarily influenced by Asia. So on one hand, I'm I want my favorite Pokemon, to be able to play this new game with. And then on the other hand, I'm they're all new Pokemon. I can try something different. I can
Yeah.
see what it's like.
Like I said, there's quadruple digits at this point. Like, surely you can find 6 that you like, you know?
I don't really know if I like where the Pokemon series has gone over time necessarily. I liked back in the day when you had to catch your legendaries, that you didn't have to go into a GameStop or a Walmart and turn on your Wi-Fi and you could download 16 of them if you wanted. Like,
or buy them on eBay.
So I'm a little torn on Sword and Shield. We don't really have to talk about it that much, but I will tell you probably the thing I'm most excited for on the Switch coming out
is a team full of
probably
Wooloo?
the Link.
Oh, I thought we were talking.
No, it's the Link's Awakening reboot.
Dude, that game looks so
remaster.
cool.
It looks so great.
I was a little off-put by like the way like Link looks, but then I'm like, it's kind of like a toy aesthetic. Like everything kind of looks like plastic in a way.
They're coming out with an amiibo for it, which is very fitting.
I've already pre-ordered it. I
wanted to. It was sold out on Amazon, so I'm just going to find one.
I have all the Zelda amiibo, all of them, except for a Macablin, because who fucking cares about a Macablin? But if I ever find one for a couple bucks, I'll buy it just for the collection. But yeah, dude, I snatched that up. Dude, it looks cool. I've never actually played through Link's Awakening.
You never played Link's Awakening?
Never played it all. I have a copy.
Oh man, that was the first Zelda I ever played.
Yeah, I haven't played through all of that one. I don't think I've played through, but I don't know if I played through any of the Game Boy ones like all the way through. Like, especially. Oh
man, I gotta send you a video. I think it was the Gaming Historian that talks about Link's Awakening and like how it was designed by a group of people at Nintendo.
I think I saw that.
Like, yeah, it was so good. I love that video.
But yeah, it looks cool.
Speaking of Zelda, because you're a Zelda nut, the Breath of the Wild sequel teaser.
Yep, new Breath of the Wild. I'm stoked. I did not like Breath of the Wild at first. Like, at first I was just like, this ain't Zelda. This is stupid.
I never beat it. I played the shit out of it, and then I just stopped playing it. I need to actually finish it.
Good thing about that game, you can go beat it any time if you have enough shit to keep yourself alive and enough weapons to...
I do.
Yeah,
I was good at that game.
You can go and beat it right now. You can fight Ganon right away. But yeah, I'm ready for more Breath of the Wild. I love that game is just like, all right, you're out of the tutorial, go. Do whatever the fuck you want. Go over to this mountain if you want. Climb this thing if you want. You can go over there and do that if you want. Yeah, I'm ready for more Breath of the Wild. That game was awesome. I eventually just like grew to really love it. I a little on the fence at first, but then I just fucking 100 billion hours later, I'm in. I'm ready for a new one. So yeah, cool. Let's see down to know what else was there. Luigi's Mansion 3, baby.
So, dirty secret of mine, I have never played Luigi's Mansion.
Gasp. I think
the closest I've gotten is the Luigi's Mansion arcade cabinet at MagFest.
I never got to play that. Was that there this year? I don't think it was, because I would have played it.
I think it was there the year before. I don't know. All I know is I played the arcade cabinet. It was a ton of fun.
The one I probably...
Or maybe I played that at Dave & Buster's. I think that was Dave & Buster's, actually.
I beat the original one on GameCube, like... I've probably beat it like 5 or 6 times.
I know Mari's very excited for this new one, because she played the other one. It's one of her favorite games.
They put the first one on the... Did they put it on the 3DS? I feel like they put the original one on the 3DS recently, and then the Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon. It wasn't as good. It was pretty good. Like, it didn't disappoint. But yeah, I'm ready for Luigi's Mansion 3. Like, oh man, I'm super excited for that. If you still got to, like, you can blow the dust off your 3DS, and if you can find like a cheap copy of the first Luigi's Mansion, it's a good time.
I'm hoping they'll just put it on the Switch eventually, because
they very well might.
We all know that Nintendo fucking can, but they just won't. Sons of bitches. I want my fucking virtual console back.
Yeah, we all do. Did you... I don't know if you care. Did you care about No More Heroes? I've never cared about it personally, but that was... The third one was announced, and a lot of people...
You actually dropped out for a minute.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No More Heroes 3? Did you care about No More Heroes?
I've never played No More Heroes.
I haven't either. I know a lot of people are super excited for it, though. Apparently it's very well loved.
I saw that it looked kind of ridiculous. I mean, I'm all for that. I've just never played it, so...
Let's see what. Oh, well, they announced and then subsequently released digitally the Secret of Mana collection, which.
I did see that. We talked about that in the chat.
So the original Secret of Mana, first JRPG I ever played. I still have that cart. I think like some friends of my parents, I don't remember. I think they just gave us a Super Nintendo and a shit ton of games. And that was one of them. And I'm just like, oh, this is kind of like Link to the Past. I like that game. So I just played through it, and I like maxed out every character, got like to like 99, played it with a friend of mine I had at the time. We played through and beat it, and like fucking I love Secret of Mana. So, and I've been wanting to play the second one, or 3 technically, whatever. I think it's like called Trials of Mana here, but it was never actually released in English. So I've been wanting to play that for years. I'm super excited, but I'm probably just going to wait for the physical because I'm dumb, I guess. Even though I can play it right now.
No, that's what I'm waiting for. I don't really see the point in picking up the other one.
Yeah, super excited for that.
Now
Go ahead.
No, finish what you're saying about that, because I was going to talk about the collection too.
No, I mean that's mostly it. I did hear that people did some data mining in it, and it's just like they just used somebody. It's basically just like a ROM with somebody's like translation, and they just like put that on the Switch. So
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, apparently it's just because, in all honesty, they may not have the source code for some of the games on that collection anymore.
We've already seen that Square does not keep their old shit as per Final Fantasy VIII.
We didn't mention
it's funny
that,
you mentioned
too.
that Secret of Mana was one of your first games you ever played, because one of the other games that comes in that bundle, Final Fantasy Adventure, is one of the first RPGs I ever played.
Oh, yeah?
I remember getting my mom buying me that from a pawn store for my Game Boy when I was little, because she was like, my son kind of likes these games, and the guy was like, I hear Final Fantasy is one of them, and she gave it to me, and I don't remember ever beating it. I just remember it being really fucking hard and me not really understanding it until I was older.
Huh.
I still have the boxes, like the original Game Boy boxes for those games.
Nice. I mean, you ever come across them cheap? Complete box sets are, always worth something.
I may still have the plastic shells too for them.
Did you see? Did you see Panzer Dragoon?
I did not.
They announced Panzer Dragoon. I saw a little bit of clips of it. I don't remember enough of original Panzer Dragoon to tell you much. I remember I played a lot of it, but I don't remember it very well.
I remember I played a ROM of it like years ago, and I don't really understand the hype behind it.
I mean, it's just like a really cool, like, full 360 degree, like, rail shooter on the back of a dragon. I mean, it was super cool.
So a Space Harrier minus dragon.
It was super cool at the time.
But
I mean, I'll probably get it. I like it enough. Now, if they would just fucking give us Panzer Dragoon Saga, that I would be. That's an expensive game, but that's a really cool game.
It's a little bit pricey.
It's a little pricey,
but
it's worth it. We mentioned.
So,
what else was on?
I think we can give it one more, and then we're going to transition out of E3 into cinema.
Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
I'm so fucking hyped for that goddamn game. You have no idea. I'm so angry that it comes out like 2 weeks after Final Fantasy. I have Cyberpunk 2077, which is going to consume me. The Final Fantasy VII remake, which is going to consume me. And then fucking Animal Crossing, which is going to consume me. Yep. I don't have enough soul left for these.
God, I don't know if I have enough time in the day. I have to fucking take my Switch with me and just kind of... I'm going to play it behind some of these rugs real quick where there's no cameras. I just need to catch this fish. Just need to catch. Let me dig up this fossil.
So excited for it.
Yeah, people have been.
Oh my god, I get to complete a new museum. Love it. Can't wait.
Gotta fill
so
up that,
hyped. That's probably my most anticipated Nintendo title.
Yep, I'm fucking ready. Yeah. Other than that, like there's some little honorable mentions here and there. Like they're putting that new Dragon Quest on the Switch, which I'm excited for that because I've never actually got to play a Dragon Quest. Well, I played a couple, but I've never more than like maybe 3 or 4 hours.
I remember playing Dragon Quest Monsters back on the Game Boy Color. That's about it.
But
that game was hard.
But yeah,
So,
Yeah, that's
now that we're done talking about video games, we spent almost an hour talking about them, give or take. I feel like we should transition into movies. And what better movie to talk about than the one that we both watched, which was Gerald's Game
Gerald's
on Netflix. I will summarize the movie real quick because it's a pretty quick summary for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Married couple having problems decide to go on a romantic getaway, see if they can find that spark again. And they go to their house by the bay, which is, it's secluded. It's just going to be them. And they go there and they're getting ready to have like sexy fun adult time.
Cue some Barry White.
And the husband, you find out, kind of wanted to take it a little bit harder, be a little bit rougher than the wife was expecting.
Got a little bit of a kink.
Got a little rapey, if you want to talk about it and be honest. Handcuffs her to the bed and is like, I thought this was going to help. They get into an argument. It's like, this is all he needs to get off or anything. And like, it's getting kind of heated. And she's saying like, you need to unlock me. And he has a heart attack and he dies. Spoilers, he fucking dies. And the movie is this woman trying to escape from this situation.
Yep, she's handcuffed to the bed.
Husband's dead, and she's like hallucinating, her like talking to herself, and like then her husband like ridiculing her, and it goes into her past, and you kind of find out some stuff. Of course, it's Stephen King, so there's a weird paranormal element there with a creature that you only see once or twice, but those 2 times are far more scary than the Bye Bye Man could ever have been.
Yeah, they
Dude,
definitely kept that thing under wraps.
That first scene when he just comes out of the corner, I was like, that's legitimately terrifying.
Get thee behind me, Satan.
Yeah, like the way that was just shot. But anyway, that's the summary of the movie. I can give you the rest of it. It doesn't really matter. It's Stephen King. You kind of know what's going to happen. But I love this movie.
Cool.
Like I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Not perfect, but it was pretty good.
You never read the book, right?
I did not. I actually own it, which is funny. I own the audiobook, but I haven't listened to it yet.
So the movie and the book, it's been a minute since I've read Gerald's Game, to be fair, but as far as I can remember, beat for beat, scene for scene, it is the book.
Awesome.
Yeah. But unfortunately, for me, that kind of took a little bit of like the magic, because it's like, oh, well, it's just like, I don't know. A lot of the surprises were kind of ruined because I already knew it was going to happen. So I don't know. I guess I didn't get as much out of it. More so, I was just really appreciating. Like, cool. It's good. Weirdly enough, a lot of the scenes in the movie are pretty spot on with how I imagined them going down when I was like reading the book. So I don't know. It's a really, really good adaptation.
Yeah, I had never read the book, and I picked the movie just because it popped up when I was trying to find something to watch after we did what was it? Hush.
Yep.
And it just looked interesting. I remember reading that it got pretty good reviews, and I figured, fuck it, we both have Netflix. It'd be an easy pick. I wasn't expecting the world from it, but I wound up really enjoying this. There were a couple things I would have changed if I could in the story. I feel like the movie should have ended a little sooner. The whole scene with like her confronting him in the courtroom and then walking out was a little...
That was in the book too. Like I said, it's all in the book.
Yeah. I think my problem with Stephen King is that I like his stuff when it was earlier and the endings were a little darker.
Early Stephen King
got older. Choice. Yeah, and then they got a little more hopeful. I feel like Gerald's Game is weird, right?
He got off the drugs. That's what happened. He got off the drugs.
If you cut the ending for Gerald's Game by like 5 minutes, it becomes an early Stephen King work. Like if you cut that movie at the end where it's her in bed Like, after she escapes and, like, it's her in bed and she's looking out the window at night and he's standing there just looking at her, like, in between those two window frames. If the movie would have cut there, that would have been classic Stephen King. The movie going on for another 5 minutes and her getting this catharsis and it ending on a high, like, a positive note is modern Stephen King. It's a really weird juxtaposition of a film if you're looking at it in terms of, like, a Stephen King analysis. But that being said, I still very much so enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it was a super
I don't think that my
good
dislike of the ending ruined the film necessarily. Very, very strong performances from, I think Bruce Greenwood is her husband, and
Yes.
Carla Gugino, who, you know, we know from Sin City and Watchmen, you know, great actress. She was phenomenal in this. And let's not forget the dog. Dog was
not
astounding.
a good boy. This dog, not a good boy. As most dogs are generally good boys.
Stop eating my dead husband's cock. Because you know he was.
Oh yeah, that was a hot dog for him. But
it had some really interesting cinematography in it. I loved the shots when she was in her, like, when she was remembering her dad, like, basically fucking with her.
Mm-hmm. It's Stephen
you know,
King, so there's going to be some fucking around with some kids.
There's always a pedophile somewhere in a Stephen King book, but those shots of, like, her as, you know, a younger woman with her dad during the eclipse or anything, like, everything's red, looked really cool. Like, especially on the fucking 4K TV. Like, we had that shit running with Dolby coloring and everything, and it was, like, pitch black in the room, and it lit everything up. Like, I'm really finding, like, a new appreciation for watching some of these films and the cinematography when, like, all the colors are just popping everywhere. So that's another thing that I'll get to enjoy with some of these films. But yeah, really good overall. I would say that this was a solid 8 out of 10 for me.
For me, I think it's kind of a 7, but that's mostly just because, like, there was no real surprises for me. So if I had never read the book, I think I would have enjoyed it just a little bit more. But so I had to really just more appreciate the acting and like how it was shot and everything. So, but that's not against the movie per se. That's just me. And
the fact that she gave a dog $200 worth of Japanese cut Wagyu beef.
Yep.
Fucking rich white ladies.
Fucking
am I right?
Rich people, man. They have a second house. They're rich enough to have a second house and people to clean their second house.
Yeah, I love, like, when she's hallucinating, right? And her husband is talking to her, and it's just like, we already got the lawn taken care of. No one's going to be back here for a week to check on you. No one's going to be back here to clean the house. And the whole time I'm sitting here thinking to myself, just, how many people do you have come out here and service your vacation home when you're not here? Like, I don't know. That was just kind of funny. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It's a good movie.
I normally would like to talk more about the movies that we watch, but there's
not much to talk about. It's a pretty, like, cut and dry movie. Most of it is shot in this, like, one room with some flashbacks to when she's, like, a kid, but, like, it's like what, maybe 4 to 5 actors and actresses in this movie.
Yeah, you've got the guy who,
the husband,
like, the paranormal
wife,
creepy dude,
the
husband,
guy,
the wife,
and the younger version of her and, like, her dad,
of her, and then the father, and I guess the mother, if you want to count her mother.
She is there. She is there too.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Gerald's Game, good movie, one of the better ones we've watched so far.
Yeah.
That and, like, so far I'd say the past 2 movies we watched have been decent. Like, I liked Hush. I had problems with it, but it was decent. Gerald's Game was good. So, on that note, Zach, what do you have for us?
Do you want to know what I almost picked, or
sure.
what the spite pick? It would have been.
Yeah. Sure. What is it?
Do you know what Mac and Me is?
Oh my God! Why didn't you pick Mac and Me? I've never seen it.
I mean, you still can if you want, but you know what Mac and Me is.
You said almost. That's not what you picked.
But, like, you know the story that it was like trying to get that ET money, but it was funded by McDonald's and Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Yeah, I almost picked that. Almost.
man, that would have been a great one.
But no,
maybe we'll have to revisit that.
We
someday.
might have to, just as a fun. So piggybacking off of Carla Gugino.
Yes, Gugino. I don't know if it's Gugino or Gugino, but I usually say Gugino. Gugino.
I decided, since I've never seen it before, it always looked interesting. American Gangster.
Oh, okay. Is that the one with
07 with Denzel.
Yeah, Denzel. Cool. All right, yeah, that's probably a good pick.
Denzel, Russell
Is that
Crowe.
streaming anywhere?
Is
that streaming
I
anywhere?
have not checked. I probably should have. I can check real quick though.
Saving that money. Anyway, yeah. So American Gangster, that should be pretty fun.
Really
oh,
cool.
man, that means I have Denzel to piggyback off of. Oh man, maybe we'll do the Equalizer.
I don't know if I've ever seen.
Oh man, have you ever seen Philadelphia?
Philadelphia?
Yeah, with Denzel and Tom Hanks.
I don't think that I have. I haven't seen a ton of Denzel
powerful
movies.
movie. Oh man! All right, I'll have to pick a good one then. We're getting up into the good stuff now. I finally might be able to get to the movie Mari's been pushing me to pick.
All right. It kind of looks like it might be streaming on Netflix. I can check real quick, but
right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Cool. All right, well, we'll check it out. So there you go, guys. Our next movie is going to be American Gangster and Robot versus Vampire, or whatever the hell that movie is John was talking about. Hopefully we'll get John in the next episode. He seemed pretty excited for it. I know he has off this whole week, so maybe we'll try and squeeze in a recording session at the end of the week, figure out what's going on. But we are going to let you guys go here. Enjoy all the back episodes that have been uploaded. This one will probably go up next Tuesday, whenever the other ones are done.
I'll get it done up right.
But we are going to let you guys go. We will see you in the next one. Zach, do your thing.
Later.
See you guys in the next one.